with our bro TJ. It's the creative community talking about that no more God games, that childpreneurship, that lovepreneurship program that we're taking to the next level, right? Because you got to be a lovepreneur. And part of that lovepreneur is thinking about being a dadpreneur, a mompreneur, which leads to that childpreneur program, right? So today we're talking about that childpreneur piece. The key is making sure that we are thinking about the image, the representation. And so that was the purpose of the Nubian anime, just us thinking about how our child is represented, how we are thinking about ourselves as anime, the stories we're trying to tell, because we have so many stories, right? Whether historically, whether actually, or even just whether in different other cultures that they've made into their own. You know, a lot of people have co-opted our own stories and made it into our own. And so we're here to reclaim all those stories back. And so we got our bro from creative community taking it to the next level. He's gonna really talk to us about his experience in telling his story, right? Because I know my bro just came back from Maine. You know what I'm talking about, and so he just saw the experience of just taking himself to the next level and just really being able to travel for his entrepreneurial grind, the lessons he learned on that, and just to really just because he's a great example of the lovepreneurship program, the importance of living and standing on love and entrepreneurship. Because again, love to men means respect, and to women, love means care. And so we're all focused on making sure that we as men recognize the difference in order to bring those three C's, bro. Talk to us about just the images that kind of inspired you now to be an entrepreneur that you had as a child, and what were some of those things that made you go on this journey, if you don't mind us asking?
So are you seeing strictly like animations and cartoons or just any imagery at all?
We can start there with animations, cartoons, and then we can branch out.
Word. Yeah, animations and cartoons. I guess I noticed real early because I used to play video games a lot. So I had recognized real early the like there weren't no black people in nothing. Like I used to play a lot of role playing games as well. So there
I
was
like
always
RPGs.
different there was always different representations and diversities on the game, but there was never like black people. I'm like, y'all making lizards, y'all making space
My bad.
people, y'all big blue. I mean, you can just be
That ass,
anything
bro.
but just a regular black person. And then I guess the first time that I really like was like, okay, here we go. I had played this one RPG called Skyrim.
Oh, that's my
Um,
shit, bro. What you
yeah,
know
you
about
know what I
Skyrim,
mean?
cuz?
Yeah, bro, RPG God, you feel me? So it's like that.
Yeah, you saying that then, bro, we gotta do Twitch, man. Twitch has been going up more to the point of that just to let's stream more because that's where I'm definitely taking the childpreneurship program just to have them already locked in on the gaming because that's what they already into, bro. Might as well get paid for that.
Fact, man. It's a fact. So you feel me? So that was the initial time I seen a character that was actually like African American or at least resembled it. But then I was like, I ain't really like the characteristics and skill sets that came with it. So I ain't never really like using him. But then, from that point on, a lot of RPGs started allowing you to, create your characters from scratch. And
That's a
so,
fact.
naturally, I always like making video games as a black woman. I like being a black woman in a lot of RPGs. And then I would say most recently, the most impactful thing that I've been able to experience is utilizing the mid journey and like the prompt engineering to just create your own world and your own visuals and stuff like that. So I appreciate y'all liking this video too. I seen a bunch of y'all swarm in here. So whoever liked the
Yeah,
video, that's a
yeah,
vibe.
man. Yeah,
And we
man. Because
continue to
it's
do
a
that.
gaming community, man. It's a gaming world. Mompreneurs, dadpreneurs unite. Work from home. Work from home is the vibe, and being able to not only just work from home for someone else, why not work for yourself? So that's what we're really here to talk about too, man. That lovepreneurship program because it's all part of us being able to do for our child and give them a proper representation. Because the best thing you can give your child is an example. You feel me? So one thing I always say, and really I can read this out. You were taught to work hard, but you were never taught how to build wealth. You dig? So they told you to get a good job. You know what I'm talking about? They never explained to own your time though. You feel me? They told you to save for your future, but they never showed you how to create a future. You know, they never showed you how to create a future worth saving for. Furthermore, you know, and so now here we are, building a life, raising a child, trying to break the cycle so they don't have to struggle like we did. So if this already resonates with you, you're in the right place, right?
Right.
As this is exactly how my wife and I, and our life and I, because our life also is the same, felt when we made that lovepreneur transition. And it wasn't easy, right? It wasn't easy, but it was so worth it. And so you got to check out our journey, right? Because even before this, we did a lovepreneurship master free training that really explains our journey. And one thing that you need to know is you don't need more hard work. You need a strategy, right? You don't need to struggle alone. You need a black print. You dig, to my bro's point, you know what I'm saying? We don't need to hope things get better. You need to take control, right? You need to put your program first, right? You need to put your mentality, your health first. And the way in which you do that is focusing on your family's legacy, right? You got to put your last name first, you know? You got to put your last name first, man. It's important. And 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 if it's a family name that is going to take you to the next level, it's not what you start with, it's what you create. It's not the hand that you was dealt, it's how you play that hand that matters more. And so always think about your lovepreneurship as an investment. You know what I mean? And so that childpreneurship program is one key. That's really what this one is particularly talking about, right? Because we're here to talk about the representations of things that make it to the next level. I know you talked about the Nubian animes that were, or the RPGs that took you to the next level. Talk to us in general about kind of what inspired you just to take that lovepreneurship journey. What was that thing that made you say it's time to make that transition? If you don't mind us asking.
Well, initially, like what you mentioned, that progression from the RPGs to like creating my own animations, it's helped a lot. And so I guess like more practically speaking, uh, how that translated into, or not that specific experience, just to answer the question you just asked, separate from what you initially asked. The thing that was able to help me find that path towards my lovepreneurship was when I initially heard this interview from Dame Dash on the Breakfast Club, and he was just talking about being able to put your child in a position to inherit a role of employment at the very least, if not the whole business. Like, could you walk out your seat right now and be like, "Yeah, I want to put my kid in this seat"? And obviously, the answer to that is no. I can't swap my kid out to be cashier at the job I'm cashier at, right? So it's like that hit me. I'm like, dang, like my pops can't get me. I used to want to do a job near my dad's job or in the vicinity of it, and he couldn't help me with that. I mean, he been working there for 20 some years. So it was just like it had hit me in my chest when I heard that, John. I'm like, ah man, I'm having a hard time, just creating the opportunity for myself. So I know when I have my children, they will be grateful. Yeah, well, I would hope that they'd be grateful considering like what I had to do, because Lord knows, being able, so that's what helped me fall in love with the idea of, just assembling my own personal priorities. I know you mentioned the word strategy. I like to just call it priorities, you know what I mean, honestly. And then like prioritizing family along with that, and then what I'd like to create is my family. So it all came together in that order. But I would say the catalyst was that interview on the Breakfast Club.
That's good, bro. That's good, bro. That's so good, right? People don't think about that enough. Like your child, your can you pass on your current job to your child? That's my next Facebook post, man. If you cannot, man, you're hustling backwards. You know, truly hustling backwards. You're working against yourself, and at the end of the day, still don't have much to show for it. They don't realize like after one pay cycle, the money is gone. You know, or two or three for real. You know
Right.
what I mean? After two or three pay cycles, the money's gone, and so that's truly hustling backwards, man. Because it's crazy that like there's so many, like whenever I'm scrolling on social media, because I do a lot of investment and trading and things of that nature. So I always see them posts. It'd be like, if you had put $1,000 in the video in 2010, that hoe would have been 340,000 hoe. I'd be like, God damn it, that ain't even that much. You know what I'm saying? So what's happening? What's the difference? So why can't we ever seem to just take time to put that money aside? You dig? Why? 'Cause life is always moving. Niggas is always hustling and bustling and never taking the time out just to put $1,000 over and just put it somewhere and then wait on it, and trust that it'll be there. We don't
Yeah.
got enough trust. We'd be like, nah, fuck that shit, nigga. I need that. Let me get that. Let me get that out. You know what I'm saying? And so we gotta mind that, because that's how this is playing out. You know what I mean? Where we're seeing the cycle play out, and it's the difference is just being able to slow down, you know, follow the plan, A, B, and C. Because that's actually what in our last Mastering Emotional Intelligence live, my bro Ivan shared with us. Was just, you know, if if you go to the store for A, B, and C and end up with D, E, F, then you may struggle with emotional intelligence. Because what that means is you struggle with eliminating your impulses. You may not be able to focus your mind on A, B, and C, and so you always rationalize with yourself. Oh yeah, I gotta have D, E, F too. Or this
Yeah.
is instead of just being able to be firm with yourself. Like, nah, I'm gonna do A, B, and C, and that's all I'm finna do right here. You feel me? And so that's
Right.
that's a lot of what I'm seeing. hmm Thoughts on that one? Thoughts on that one?
Well, honestly, as you was describing it, the first thing that I was thinking about was a prioritization list that I created for myself. I use large language models, the chat bots, like Gemini and Chat GPT and stuff of that nature to organize my thoughts. Because prior to that, I used to share my ideas a lot for feedback, and that would mess up what I was attempting to do a lot. So what I
Mm,
found now is like, using the models, the large language models, I'm able to organize my thoughts and then like look back at them. Because I even have a tendency of not looking at notes when I take them. I have 18 notebooks I never look at, and they all have random
mhm.
things that I write in it sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's just not how I reflect. You know what I mean? I don't reflect that way. The way that I reflect is when I'm applying the information that I'm learning. That's when I reflect on what I've learned is when I'm applying it. So the feedback loop that I am able to create allows me to organize my thoughts and create those. I need restraints. I wouldn't even call them limitations because I'll just keep creating more ideas. You feel me? So that's why organizing the thoughts in a manner that's I can account for and hold myself accountable to, because I know I told it what I wanted to maintain the order and structure around. So, like you said, that order of procedures or just the standard of what it's going to be,
Mm,
I'm able to iterate it or like move around and change it as time goes on. But I've been using that in terms of how. So I call it, brain dumping. That's my I guess my catchphrase that I share when I tell people what that's called in a nutshell, because I just explained it. But if I were to be like, yo, you should just use AI, do a brain dump, and organize your thoughts, man. Because if you experience what I experience, sometimes it's hard for me to hold myself accountable to just executing on one idea. I
mm,
struggled with that for a while. And I would look for accountability partners, but you might not always be able to have that or, have meaningful feedback and counsel. So what you gonna do? I mean, you
mm,
can write about it, and that wasn't my natural intuitive way of reflecting on my information. So I had to what I was doing before that though, I was
mhm,
creating content every day to get my thoughts out. I was just creating and creating and creating and creating. I was like, what you're doing right now, like going live, bro. I was going live every day, sometimes twice a day, just because it's like I needed to get my ideas out my head. So, you know, that's what I would suggest to people if they have trouble with what I've experienced. And also, if it's no trouble at all and you just want to utilize it as a tool to improve how you're doing things, just, prompt a large language model. They're free and say, look, this is what I'm thinking. This is what I want to get accomplished. Could you help me organize that in a meaningful fashion so I can execute it more effectively?
That's big, bro. That's big, bro. I heard a lot of things to glean away. It's just that consistency, that commitment, and that care. You know what I mean? Just taking it to the next level, being able to commit to something, commit to lives, is even just a good practice spiritually. You know what I mean? A commitment to yourself and to your business and to your actions. That's the step in the right direction, and that's definitely how it gets done. So that's good, bro. Definitely good.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, taking it to the next level, man. So this is definitely what we're talking about in that childpreneurship program, because we see a lot of people not able to do this, not able to really speak their truths, and we're tired of saying that, man. We're tired of just having our people, not be able to know how they can get things done. But we, as a people, we can do this. We can take ourselves to the next level. And if we're gonna do that, then we're not gonna complain anymore. We're not gonna wonder anymore. We're gonna invest in ourselves. We're gonna build the team around us. We're gonna trust in our talent, and from us trusting in our talent, it's really going to take us to the next level, because one thing I'm seeing is that not too many people trust themselves, trust the way that they take themselves to the next level. And so if they don't trust themselves, then it's going to make it much harder to be able to do so, you know? So you have to be able to trust your lovepreneurship journey. You have to be able to trust your vision. You have to be able to even just be proud that you have something to offer the world, because there's something out there and there's someone out there that is waiting for you to create that very thing that's going to take them to the next level. And so the more that we believe in that, the more that we'll see the fruits of that. Any last thoughts before we're gonna, because we're gonna hit the blitz, so we're hitting the blitz. We're gonna move over to TikTok. After the TikTok, we're gonna hit them with
Yeah.
Instagram, and then we're gonna end on that little Facebook. You know what I'm talking about? So,
Word.
any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I actually appreciate the questions because, like I was just explaining, this is like not like this is my practice grounds. This is my court where I practice at. I actually have a public speaking event on Saturday about social media.
That's good.
Uh, so it's like, this is giving me an opportunity to just refine and, I'm all about, and I'm suggesting this for other people, creating in real time, even if you don't publish it,
Mm.
it can help you refine what it is you do want to publish. So that's a finesse right there.
Amen, bro. Amen, bro. And on that note, make sure y'all catch this replay. This is Be Your Best University, where we talking about them things to make sure you be your best. Make sure you check out those low five vibes. Take us up to the next level. Make sure you get them books, man. How to write grants like Lee Black, because this is what we talking about in that lovepreneurship journey. We already got the course built out, got the 9-step program with the 9 chapters in that book, and so we use that as our course guidelines, because we want to make sure you get funded, because that's a lot of the issues a lot of entrepreneurs are always running into, is funding to not only fund their ideas but to pay for their bills. So we have to make sure we take care of that early, so that we can come up with better ideas and not always creating from a starved mentality or a starved mindset. We want to create from a circulation. Money circulates. The more that we allow it to circulate, the more that we allow it to pass through ourselves and to other people, it really does always come back. We just have to trust that more and just create from a more whole space, as opposed to always just living in the past. Everything is more virtual now, and so we have to capture that better, because we're still stuck in that physical blockbuster
Mhm.
bubble. You know what I mean? And they're flipping the Netflixes. You know what I mean? There's like now 10 different Netflixes. You know what I mean? So it's clearly got a model. And consumers coming. So we just have to be more clear, because we're not seeing blockbusters pop up anymore, right? Just think about that, right? But there are more online companies like Netflix being made. So that's what we're doing, creating our own platform, creating our own medias. I actually had a meeting with Nowcast, so shout out to Nowcast, because we might sign a little deal with them. You know what I'm talking about? But before that, we might also talk to Tubi. I saw Tubi. They've been making fun of Tubi, but I feel like Tubi about to pop. You know what I'm talking about? About the Tubi about to take it to the next level. So we're gonna get some flicks on Tubi. That's also why the No More God game. So that's why I want to end on that note. So be on the lookout for that. We got more creations. Make sure y'all check out that trailer. Give us the feedback on the No More God games. If Goku was a Nubian anime, that's what that would be like. You would have got the superpowers popping. You know what I'm saying? Young Zion starring in there. So make sure you check it out. Make sure you catch us on the next one. We're gonna hop over onto TikTok. After TikTok, we're gonna hop over on IG, and then we're gonna flow. And on that note, brother TJ, you got anything to say to them?
Yeah, thank you. All of the information that you've given is sufficient enough to find me. And if you want to tap in, you know what I mean? We got that course between the two of us as well. That'll lead you to more of my information. If nothing else, you can go to buyfromtj.com. You dig?
Yeah.
BYFROMTJ.com.
Hey, clean on buyfromtj.com. And it's just like it sounds, cuz keep it up, take them to the next level. One love,
What's
one
up?
land. This our land.